Hi everyone. Hope you're doing well. This is our next lesson, our final lesson for our circles unit, and it's on the equations of and graphing circles. So we talked about circles that kind of just exist by themselves, and their arc measures and the measure of the angles in them. But we can also graph them on the coordinate plane. So that's what we're going to focus on for this lesson. So the equation of a circle in standard form is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. All right, so we know that r is going to be the radius of the circle, and that goes from the center to the outside, like the circumference. And then h is the x value of the center, and k is the y value of the center. So it's important for us to see that because of these negatives here, that we have to use the opposite signs. So if that's a positive, if that's a -2, then we graph +2. If that's a -7, we would graph +7, etc. So we'll see what that looks like. So to write the equations of the circles, I wish that would go away. Write the equations of the circles in standard form from graphs. So we have two IXLs. V3 is that first IXL we're going to do. So to write this equation, I left on here what you need to show in IXL, how there's parentheses and the square, but we're going to go through this together. So we need to figure out what the center is, what the radius is, and what the equation will be. So when we're looking here, we see that the center is here at 0, 0. So the center is the origin, 0, 0. And the way that we figure out the radius is just counting from the center out to one of the sides. I usually go over to the right. You can go down, left, or up. It doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we would say that the radius is 5. So I'm going to go and put that here. So our center is 0, 0. The radius is 5. So our equation, remember the standard form, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So we know that it's going to be x minus 0 squared, so that's h and k, plus y minus 0 squared equals 5 squared. And then we can just clean that up a little bit. If the center is at the origin, we can just leave it as x squared plus y squared and set that equal to 5 squared, which is 25. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right, let's try this next one. I wish. That's all I had to do. Who knew? All right, this next one. Our center, we'll find that first. That's right here. So our center is at 0, 7. And then the radius, you just go out 1, 2. The radius is 2. All right, so we'll just write that here where it needs to go. You could have been doing that the whole time I was working up there. So our center is 0, 7, and the radius is 2. So again, the center is HK. our standard form of the equation, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So let's plug in what we know. So that's x minus 0 squared plus y minus 7 squared. I'm not changing the sign. Since 7 goes here, 7 goes there. Equals 2 squared. And then since that's minus 0, I can just leave it as x squared plus, this I'll have to keep in parentheses. I can leave it just like that, equals 4. And that's it. All right. 2 more just like this. Write the equation of this circle in standard form. So now our center is here. So the center is now at 7, 0. And our radius is 1, 2, 3. So now I'll put that here. Our center was 7, 0. Radius 3. Our center is h, k. And then our equation. So standard form again. Just keep writing it so we get used to it. So this will be x minus 7 squared plus y minus 0 squared equals 3 squared. Now we clean it up. X minus 7 squared plus, since y didn't change at all, we can leave that y squared equals 9. All right, and then the last one. So figure out what our center is first. It's always going to be marked for you, and then we just have to figure out what the ordered pair is. So the center here is -5, -2. And then the radius, I just have to count over 1, 2, 3 again. So we already did one with 3, good for us. So let's take this here, center, -5, -2. Radius of 3, and then our equation again, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. And then that's h and that's k. So since these are negatives now, we're going to have to change the sign when we plug them in. So instead of x minus h, minus a negative becomes plus a positive. So notice how our signs changed here. Plus y plus 2. Oh, wrong color. I'm going to be mad about that. Plus y plus 2 squared. See how that changed signs? And then that'll be equal to 3 squared. All right, so then we only have to change for this far for the color pattern, and I can't keep it straight for the last one. X plus 5 squared plus y plus 2 squared equals 9. All right. Some key ideas and things to remember. I think you should find the center first, then count out the radius, use the standard form, and plug in both the center and the radius, and simplify after that. If they are negative values in the center, you have to make it positive. So I think that's the thing to remember there. All right, feel free to add anything else there that you think would be helpful. And then let's try it the other way. All right, now we're going to graph circles from equations in standard form. So we want to graph the circle x squared plus y squared equals 4. So we're going to do the same thing, figure out what the center and the radius are. So when it's just x squared plus y squared, we know that the center is going to be 0, 0 at the origin. And the radius is going to be the square root of 4, which is just 2. When you do this on IXL, you just need the center and 1 point on the radius, and then it graphs the rest for you. But we can just count out the radius of 2 in every way, and then try to make a circle like that. So there it is. That's your graphed circle. X squared plus y squared equals 4. With our center at 0, 0, and then our radius of 2 all the way around. Okay. Now we want to graph the circle x minus 5 squared plus y squared equals 9. So the center is HK. So here h is 5 and k is 0 because we're not adding anything there. And then the radius is the square root of what that equals. So the square root of 9, which is 3. So I'll plot my center first. So that's at 5, 0. And then the radius of 3, I'm going to go out 1, 2, 3 in each direction. Down 1, 2, 3. Left 1, 2, 3. And up 1, 2, 3. And then try my best to make a circle kind of thing. All right? Okay. 2 more. Graph the circle with the equation that's given here. So that's, there we go. X plus 7 squared, so that's h, plus y minus 5 squared, k, equals 1. So remember, we see that positive here, so we know that that means we have to switch the sign. So that's going to be negative 7, positive 5. And then our radius is the square root of 1, which is still just 1. So let's graph our center. So negative 7, left 7, positive 5, up 5. All right. And then our radius of 1. So we go out 1 in each direction. One direction, if you will. Not true. We went in a bunch of directions. All right, and that's our beautiful graph. And then the last one has a decimal. It's totally fine. It's still the same idea. H. So what's the last one? I messed up colors. H. Okay. So we see that positive. We know we got to change that sign to a negative. So it's negative 1.5, comma, k is 0. Our radius is the square root of 49, which is 7. All right. It's plot our center. Negative 1, that's negative 2, so it's halfway between. It's right here. And then a radius of 7. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that'll be right here, 5.5. And then again on IXL, it'll just for you the whole thing. Down 7, that should be a little bit easier. up 7 a little bit easier, and then left 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is a big guy. Here we go. Let's try. It's still not looking like circles, just like curvy squares. So that's weird. But that's it. That's it. You just graphed a couple circles there. All right. So well done on that. The two IXLs responsible for this week are, this is, how can we do this? Highlighter. IXL V7 and IXL V3. We want those to an 80% or better. And we want you to let us know if you need any help. Okay. Take care. Be well. Stay safe. Miss you. Bye.